Hello everyone, this is Eli J. Brown / Eli J. Brony, and here is another Bionicle MOC that I have made. This is supposed to be a MOC that I made based upon Calamity Ganon from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. For those of you who have never heard of the Legend of Zelda series, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is the 19th installment of the Legend of Zelda series. It is the 5th Zelda game that I have personally played after Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, and Skyward Sword in that order. And this is supposed to be what Calamity Ganon looks like in his first form during the final boss battle. Though, you can actually go and fight against Ganon at the very start of the game, but it is quite difficult to do that unless you have done just about everything else as part of the main quest in the game. So I would recommend that you do everything else in Breath of the Wild before heading on over to the castle, because let me tell you, saving all the divine beasts saves you half a boss fight, so to speak. But anyway, this is just my idea of what something like Calamity Ganon would look like in the Bionicle universe. And this is what I came up with. Now, this thing right here is basically supposed to be some sort of hybrid between a spider and a centaur. I was just basing it off of what Calamity Ganon looked like during the final boss fight, where he had multiple arms and multiple legs. It was mostly black, red, and purple, though not really any purple to be shown here. And he had all sorts of different weapons in his different hands. Like, this weapon right here is supposed to be a type of laser. The laser piece used is one of the lightsaber blades from the buildable action figure Star Wars sets. And this cover piece right here is from Onua, from the 2008 Mystica line. And this is supposed to be based upon Ganon's projectile weapon, the laser thing, which those Guardian enemies also had. And I also came up with the idea of this large claw piece, which uses the Quasar spikes from the Bionicle series, the Savage Planet series. And I just added that in. Originally, I was going to have the claw piece, this claw piece right here, and this shield over here, which actually doesn't have a lot of room to move about, as is. They were originally going to be in each other's spots, but I was having some difficulty holding, well, some difficulty with this arm and this hand being above one another. It was just really hard to handle, so I decided to switch those. This right here is a type of shield, though it can be quite difficult in figuring out how to get it to look just fine. Just like this. I added in these flame pieces, one going this way and one going this way, along with the hexagon pieces, the red ones that came from Breakout Series Breeze and the Hero Factory series. I went with a custom sword type weapon right here. These are the red blade pieces, and these are those smaller weapon pieces that were introduced into Hero Factory, and apologies that the camera goes out of focus at times. I can't help that. And then with the upper arms right here, got one of the Ben 10 claw pieces over here. And then over here, got another flame weapon piece. This is, well, not the exact color, but it's the flame piece from Toa Hordika Bakama. I think this came in one of the playsets that was released that year. Now, the legs are done very differently, at least from each row of them. Like, you can see how different this leg looks compared to this leg, and then this leg back here. And then going over to the back section, you can see this main body piece being used, this part being used, and the extra pairs of arms are actually connected to another single torso piece. There are like 4 of the main body skeleton pieces used on this, 2 of them being the standard ones, while 1 is the longer one and 1 is the thinner one. And this part right here was just simply to cover up a ball piece down below the torso. And the chest piece right here is from the Invasion from Below Beast sets, and the torso, the main body armor that's used right here, is from Split Face. And then the head that is used, camera please focus, thank you. The head that is used is the same head that, please stay in focus, camera, stay in focus. People are gonna complain. Thank you. The mask is the Drill Dozer mask from Lego Hero Factory. Of course, this is actually the Fire Lord mask. It's just flipped around because they needed to save money, so they molded the Fire Lord mask and the Drill Dozer mask together. So, on one side you see Fire Lord's mask, and on the other side you see Drill Dozer's mask. By doing this, they not only saved money, but they also opened up some possibilities for MOC making. And that's what I had done here. So that is about all for this one. Not quite sure exactly what character this would represent. Probably would be a representation of Makuta, considering that he's the main bad guy. Like, this could be one of Makuta's many forms. Like, this would be Calamity Makuta, or Calamity Pterodax, if you like to go by his name from the original generation, where it was revealed that Makuta was just the name of his species, while Pterodax was his actual name. And I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Sure, there were a number of different points where it's kind of hard to move some of the arms about, especially the arm over here with the shield piece. But overall, I'd say that this turned out to be pretty decent. But do you think that it turned out to be pretty decent? If so, well, let me know. If not, well, tell me why you don't think it looks all that decent. And maybe I can figure out how to improve on that. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Oh, and by the way, this MOC started off as something like this, but I decided as I was building the Calamity creature MOC to use parts from this guy instead and make him into that said MOC. So, just wanted to let you guys know that this MOC was planned to be shown, but was cancelled.